So really to summarize, Oracle BI apps, historical and more complicated, analyses, snapshot reporting, comparative reporting, multiple data sources, all of those great things. And then the real-time BI, up to the moment operational single data source. We feel that this is a very complementary approach to BI to have both of these things together. That really, these things together really give our customers and Oracle's customers a complete solution to their business needs. So with that, I think, Jeremiah, I think over to you.
Sure. At this point in our session, we will open up the forum for any questions from the attendees. As we wait for a few more questions to roll in, I'd like to let you know a little bit more about KPI Partners. KPI is a strategic consulting and systems implementation firm focused on Oracle BI, Hyperion, Endeca, and Exalytics. KPI Partners is the recipient of the 2012 Oracle Specialized Partner of the Year Award in the area of business intelligence applications. KPI also won the same award in 2011 when it was known as the Titan Award, and is the only firm ever to win this award 2 years in a row. KPI also offers education and training through KPI University, and I encourage you to check out our blog at kpipartners.com. You can go there, subscribe, just throw in your email address, and you'll get an email notification whenever we post a new event or a new blog posting. Go to the next slide, Sid. So today we profiled our real-time application extensions for Oracle BI. We just want to let you know that we have also built application extensions for Oracle BI, Oracle ERP, and non-Oracle ERP in many different areas, as well as acceleration tools and quick start solutions for deploying the Oracle BI applications. Sid mentioned previously during the presentation FSG reporting. We also have an application extension for FSG reporting for financial analytics within the Oracle BI applications environment. So please visit the Solutions tab at kpipartners.com for more info, and be sure to contact us at kpipartners.com/contact if you have any questions. So let's roll right into the Q&A. Our first question is regarding the KPI solution. You mentioned Oracle e-Business Suite. What about other ERP systems such as PeopleSoft or JD Edwards? Is there a capability of real-time reporting against those systems as well?
Kumar, Jeremiah, this is Kumar. I will take that. So both PeopleSoft and JDE are part of our roadmap. So if anybody needs additional information about our roadmap for this product, they can contact us through any of the means that you just mentioned. So we are working on additional extensions for procurement spend and other modules in EBS. They're all part of our roadmap. People can contact us for additional information on our roadmap.
Great, thanks, Kumar. This question is from Archie. When we're talking about complex analytics, is this one of the key differentiators between classic BI and real-time BI?
Kumar, do you want to take a first thing at it, and then I can add?
So are they? Sorry, I didn't quite get the question. What did it say? It said something about complex BI.
Yeah, so it's more or less, you know, it's on a, I think, more on a general level. When we're talking about real-time BI, what's the difference between classic BI and real-time BI? I think they're just looking for more clarification on the type of complexity that might be occurring in more of the classic BI than in the real-time environment.
Right. So typically in your in an analytical environment like BI apps, you're looking at longer periods of time. You're looking at historical information. You're looking at trends of certain data, and you're looking at comparing budgets versus actuals and variances and so forth. In a real-time environment, you're looking more at operational reporting, at what's happening right now in the business.
Yeah, and I would add that if you try to take a real-time solution such as this and really try to make it do everything that a data warehouse does, you're going to get into issues with performance. You're going to get into issues of complexity and so on. So that top 10 salesperson report is a much better fit for Oracle BI apps kind of a solution than trying to run that query within e-business suite as an example, since you're really going through all of the orders, not just the open orders, and you're trying to then rank by salesperson who's got the most orders and associated revenue.
Great, thanks guys. Ella is looking for more of a definition of what exactly real-time is. Are we talking up to the minute, up to the second? When we are saying real-time as it relates to our solution, what do we mean by real-time?
Kumar?
So when we say real-time, we actually mean real-time, right? The data is up to the second to what exists in your ERP system, EBS or PeopleSoft, since the technology is based on direct access to the ERP system.
I would add to that if you're using a replication server, it'll only be as current as your most recent replication, but typically that's minutes rather than hours or longer.
And Paul asks, how does the KPI solution happen to overlap with Oracle Transactional BI, and then how might it differ?
Kumar, that one's yours.
So the OTBI solution is available for the Fusion release of Oracle ERP. It is not available for EBS, and the OTBI solution actually uses certain Java APIs and so forth connected to the Fusion application. Ours is focused right now on Oracle EBS version R11 and R12, and coming soon PeopleSoft and JD Edwards.
And we're doing it at the database layer, right, Kumar? We're not going through the API layer of the... Yeah.
That's correct, yeah. So we're not going through the application layer.
Would an organization need to have data replication tools like Golden Gate to achieve this real-time analytics?
So Golden Gate is not necessary, but is certainly recommended for a number of reasons. Two of the top reasons would be, one, you want to try to get the load of the reporting system away from your production transaction system. Certainly don't want to have 15 people running queries, sometimes fairly aggressive queries on the production system. The second thing that Golden Gate offers is the ability for us to tune the database for reporting, right? So in the indexing strategies for reporting are often very different than what's needed for a transaction entry system. So the Golden Gate type of system offers that.
That you can basically, Kumar, have a different indexing strategy on your replicated reporting instance versus your transactional instance, right?
Correct. Yeah, and that's often necessary, right? Because your indexing strategy for what you do when you're entering data is different than what you need when you're retrieving data.
What versions of Oracle e-business suite might be supported?
We're currently supporting 11.5, 10, and R12.
And then are descriptive flex fields brought in as part of the solution?
Yes, so the way the out-of-the-box deployment will work is for all the tables that we are using within the out-of-the-box views will get automatically extended with the descriptive flex fields that the customer has deployed within their environment during our deployment process. And then as customers add additional descriptive flex fields or add additional views, the automation process takes care of that.
And then as far as integration with the Oracle stack, it was mentioned earlier that Exalytics might be a key component to this. Can you speak to how you may have seen Exalytics play into real-time analytics?
So do you want to take that for a minute? Let me just gather my thoughts on that.
Yeah, sure. So with Exalytics, you've got the ability to, of course, put all of this in memory. So, but you do need to move it from the ERP systems into the ×10 in-memory database. So there is going to be some lag in doing that, and so it probably won't be as it won't be up to the second like this real-time solution, but you are going to get the performance benefits of in-memory. That would be my first take on it, Kumar. Correct me if I've said anything incorrect or you want to add to.
Yeah, so I think some combination of ×10 and even just taking advantage of the horsepower that Exalytics offers will certainly offer the major benefits in performance.
Yeah, it's probably, so call us. I think it's probably a little deeper conversation than in the webinar. So please contact us through the website, the info@kpipartners.com, and I think we'd be happy to have a more in-depth conversation on that.
Yeah, and segueing on that, we've got a lot of questions coming in related to how the model was designed and very detailed-oriented questions regarding the solution. A lot of this information is very proprietary. We'd be more than happy to break that off and have more of a detailed, personalized discussion on those lines. It's not necessarily something that we're going to be releasing in a public forum like a webinar. So please feel free to contact us via the website, and we'd be more than happy to engage in a discussion.
Yeah, and it's a solution that when a customer receives it, they can certainly extend it. So there's nothing black boxes about it or anything like that. So I just want to, but it just within the context of this demo, we're not going to go as deep into this area.
How does the KPI solution update when an organization changes ERP systems or versions?
So you're talking about that there's two types of changes. One is an actual upgrade from R11 to 12, which is a significant and major upgrade. Then we would recommend that you switch from the R11 to the R12 version of our solution. And then in terms of point releases and things like that, it's really going to be if there's data model changes. And then the second thing Kumar discussed already is just as you add DFFs and things, then the automation picks up those kinds of changes to your existing instance. Am I correct, Kumar, in terms of that's what the automation is doing? It's doing a diff, looking at a difference between the previous time the RPD was generated and the current one?
Correct, and it's actually also looking at the views themselves. So there's a couple layers in there, technically, but yes, it's actually looking at changes to the views, and it's also looking at changes to your EBS configurations, like the DFS.
This question is from Mike. Would KPI consider working with organizations that use non-Oracle ERP sources to build similar types of solutions, or would this solution apply to that as well?
I think we'd consider anything, but it's probably more of a follow-up conversation.
Okay, Mike, we'll be sure to follow up with you. We'll have a member of our customer care team follow up with you, and we can engage in that discussion a little bit further. How does KPI's real-time solution compare to something like Noetics?
So there are actually a number of differences. I'll highlight maybe two of them. So because we are actually focused on deployments with OBIE, we have a much better OBIE integration for RPD generation, maintenance, and security integration, and so forth. And we are also, even more importantly, we are very tightly integrated with the BI apps infrastructure. So the security, metadata, et cetera, is all complementary to the your BI apps deployment. And Noetics is actually a standalone solution from BI apps.
Deb says the reports that she saw look great, and what she saw were reports primarily transactional in nature. Is the entire pre-built solution centered around transactional reports, or are some of them more analytical in nature?
Bruce, I think really more transactional. I would say, right? I don't recall seeing one that was more analytical.
Exactly. I think our intent is that if you're doing analytic reporting, you'd want to leverage the traditional Oracle BI applications and restrict the real-time to either components of reports that are integrated with the BI data or standalone as operational reports. Our goal is to give you the best of both worlds, having the analytics from the right tool and the real-time operational stuff from the real-time analytics.
And really, that's, again, the complexity goes high, and then secondly, the performance impact gets much higher on your ERP system as well as the slowness of the report. So, again, the right tool for the right job.
And I think we have an audience member who's just, we probably need to clarify this a little bit more regarding the demo. So the reports included in the demo appeared to be run directly from the real-time source. Their question is there a possibility to run reports which access both the BI apps data warehouse and the real-time source and combine the sources into a single report, or would you recommend against this? So I think we just need clarification on the demo that you ran, Bruce.
The demo was actually, each report was either, well, most of them were real-time directly from EBS. The top performers was directly from, it's a traditional BI analytics report from the BI data warehouse. We are working with clients where we're integrating both real-time data and historical data from the data warehouse into a single report. So it is doable. It's just more complex.
Yeah, and typically, we typically see the prompts at the top being the integration point. So if you want to see a real time and a historical view of your information, for the same period, then the prompt at the top would drive both reports, since we are integrated from a dimensional perspective. So that's the typical use case, but yes, OBIE certainly has the ability to do multi-subject area reporting and those kinds of things, but as Bruce said, it is more complex. We have implemented this at a high-tech company as well as a gaming company. Those are the two, and then we've got a number of implementations underway as well. So we've certainly gotten great customer feedback from this product.
And then we had one question in here in regards to cost. Sid, do you want to tackle that, or do you want me to tackle that?
No problem. So from a cost perspective, really, KPI is a services company, and we really call these productized services. So if you use this product becomes free. If two conditions: one is if you own the Oracle BI apps, and B, if you use KPI as your service, as your consulting services provider, then there's no cost to the solution.
And then we'll tackle one more here and then close it out. What would be the difference between using the BI Publisher solution versus the real-time BI solution? Why would one use one versus the other?
Sure. I'll take this one, Kumar. So BI Publisher is excellent for pixel perfect reporting, and but it doesn't have very good ad hoc capability. So we typically would recommend using BI Publisher for the pixel perfect reporting, an invoice report, or something, where you need to generate an invoice or things like that, and then use Oracle OBIE for more business reporting, like we've shown today. And then, of course, don't forget that you can always put BI Publisher on top of the OBIE metadata layer as well. So really, it's more formatting and ad hoc driven. Is typically, if you need ad hoc, go with OBIE. If you don't need ad hoc and you do need pixel perfect, then go with BI Publisher.
Great, thanks guys. So that concludes the Q&A portion of the event. We still have about 30 questions in the queue here. We'll be sure to have a member of our customer care team reach out to you and assist you with any further questions that you may have. If you want to learn more about working with real-time Oracle BI, please reach out to us through kpipartners.com. And once again, we'll have a member of our customer team reach out to you as well. Please join us for more upcoming webinars in April and May focused on Oracle's BI applications. We also invite you to follow us on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, and Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @KPI Partners. And then once again, thank you to everyone for joining us on today's webinar, and thank you to Sid, Bruce, and Kumar for presenting. Take care, everyone.